Data validation from technology management. The data validation templates list page is the main new area of this edition. It allows you to create and manage templates that contain the rules that will be used. It lists the available template cards. Each template card refers to one table, referencing the table number. In this case it is the customer table, table 18. It will apply to all records of that type as no condition is set, so it will apply to all customers. We then define the rules on each line of this template card. Each rule relates to a particular field number from the selected table. For a particular field, we can say that it either must equal a value, must match a filter, or must be a certain length. Then we can set a user-friendly error message that will be displayed. Here, %1 means it will use the field name within the error message. These four rules here check that the credit limit and the 3 posting groups have been set up correctly. It's worth noting that the rules on the template card will not apply unless the template card itself is marked as enabled by ticking the enable box. So if we click New on the Home tab of the ribbon, we can begin creating a new validation template card. First, I give it a name and description. Then I choose the table that it will relate to. The drop-down list of tables helps me here, and I choose the vendor table number 23. For now, I won't set any conditions as I want this to apply to all vendor records. Then I can begin to choose the fields that I wish to validate data in. It pulls through the name of the field for me, and then I can choose the type of validation and add a value to compare it against. You need to choose the field number first, then apply the other options. So here, the vendor name must not be blank, and the 3 posting groups listed must have a value set. Once complete, I need to tick the enable box, or the template will not be used by NAV. Now I will test my new template. It is possible to trigger the validation process either from the templates or from the actual data, as the Validate Data button exists in a number of locations. When I run the data validation, it will select the relevant templates, which in this case will be the one for the vendors table, and it produces no errors. If I go into the vendors list, I can check my new template further by creating some deliberate errors to see if it does trigger an error message. If I go on to one of the vendor cards, delete the value in the name field and then exit, I can then run the data validation from the ribbon on the vendors list page. I click the Assist Edit button, the 3 dots, to choose more, and then tick at the top to select all the records on this list page. And when I say OK, it will run the appropriate validation templates. The data validation error list then reports the errors found, in this case the one record with the missing name value. If I then click Open Record up on the ribbon, I can go directly to the appropriate record and fix this. Then if I rerun the data validation, this time it reports no errors. If I choose another record, and this time remove a posting group, I then close the record and trigger data validation. Again, I select all the records, And this time it finds the one record with a missing posting group. Here, although it informs us that it must be completed, it does not fully guide us to what posting group should be chosen. This could be achieved, however, by having another validation template for any vendors that deviate from the standard domestic posting groups, same as we did with the customers and the US customers. So if I use the open record function to go directly to the vendor card and then fix the issue, when I rerun data validation, it is now clear of reported errors. It is simple to export and import the templates in data validation, and this can also be very useful. For example, if you're working in a test environment prior to an upgrade of NAV, it could be really useful to use data validation to check for data quality issues and fix those issues prior to going live. You can also then import the rules that you just developed in your test environment into your live environment later on. If I click the Export Templates button on the Home tab of this ribbon, it will download an XML file of the templates, which then saves in my Downloads folder. I can then open this to view it if I wish. To import the templates, I simply reverse this process. I click Import Templates, then navigate to where the XML file is saved, import it, and there they are.